Hello there. We are back with some more NBA action. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some NBA. We got a little 6-game slate today. Nothing huge, but yesterday, solid 4-2 day. That's right. Ended up having 6 bets on the day. We'll go over the recap in a little bit, but that means we were on a nice 6-2 run between Sunday and Monday. Hopefully, this is the start of a nice little hot streak here. But as you guys know, any graphics you see in this video are from OUTLIER, the best app on the market today. I use this every single day. If you guys want to try it out, click the link below for a 7-day free trial. So let's get it rolling. I got a little dad joke here. So here we go. My wife accused me of being immature. I told her to get out of my fort. Not bad. In this video, we are going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to go over defenses versus the shooting guard position, and then we're going to talk the top 20 rebound chances leaders. We talked potential assists on Monday. We're going to talk rebound chances today, and then I'm going to give you a couple leans and then 2 best bets, and then we'll finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this great community we have here. Let's keep this hot streak rolling. But before we get into all that, let's talk the recap. All right, here it is. A nice 4-2 day on Monday. This is, I can't pick a spread to save my life. So every time I give out a spread pick, just fade it. You'll be solid. We're 1-7 on the side and totals right now. Pistons minus 11.5. They won in overtime against the Wizards. I could tell by the first quarter the Pistons had no interest in playing defense. I don't know what to tell you. Then De'Aaron Fox crushes it. Starts off a little bit slow and then just dominates. Over 19.5 points. Kalkbrenner under 7.5 rebounds. How about this one? A 1-unit play. I think he ended with 4. It wasn't even really that close. Gotta love that one. Julius Randle over 5.5 assists. He ended with 7. Denny Avdia over a half a block. That's right. I had a block prop only because it was plus money. It shouldn't have been plus money. He gets a block. How about that? 1-0 on block props. So we'll take that. And then Miles Turner under 13.5 points. This should have been a 5-1 day. This guy, when I wrote in my write-up, I talked about how he's a spot-up shooter, loves to shoot threes, all that kind of stuff, barely gets to the free throw line, averages like under 2 free throw attempts per game. How about 7 for 7 from the free throw line to end with 14 and hook us? Ouch. He goes 6 for 7 and we cash that. We go 5-1. But you know what? Either way, it happens. So under player props this year are 6-7 overall. Season record down there, 30-36, down 3.16 units as we dig ourselves out of that little hole I made in the first 2 weeks. But that's what we got for the Monday recap. Now let's talk the shooting guard position. All right, here it is. Like we do every single day, we got a different position, starting with point guards on Monday, all the way to centers on Friday. Today, the shooting guards. These are the defenses giving up the most points to the shooting guard position. If the team or player is in green, that means they are playing today. We got one matchup, though. Nets facing RJ Barrett. Barrett averaging 20.7 points per game. Nets giving up almost 24. You see the 76ers, Kings, and Jazz up there are playing today, are the top 3 or bottom 3, depending on how you look at it. But over there on the right side, again, some of these you got to look a little more into, like Austin Reeves. Yeah, he averages 31 points per game. He played some games without Luka and absolutely dominated. He's not a 31 points per game kind of guy. But again, shooting guards, small forwards, some of these can kind of be, mixed around. So it's up to you guys if you guys, think someone is not a shooting guard. But I try to do my best here. But that's what we got for the top 10 over there. That's what we got for points. Take a screenshot. Now let's check out the rebounds. Pacers giving up the most rebounds to shooting guards. We got one matchup. The Celtics facing VJ Edgecombe, the rookie, 5.8 rebounds per game. Celtics giving up a little over 7.5. And there's all the rest of them. You see Lou Dort down there. He is not going to be playing, actually. And then Christian Braun, Ben Shepherd, who's been playing a lot more, obviously, for the injured Pacers. And then RJ Barrett again down there. So take a screenshot. That's what we got for the rebounds. Now let's check out the assists. And we got one matchup. The Nets giving up the most assists to the shooting guards at over 7 per game, facing RJ Barrett, 3.88 or 3.8 assists per game as well. So there's all the rest of them. Hopefully this helps you out with any overs. Now, if you're looking at some unders, let's look at the toughest shooting guard matchups this season. Warriors and Raptors are both playing today. They are giving up the fewest points per game to the shooting guard position. 76ers, you see there, are giving up the fewest rebounds. Over there in the fewest assists, Suns and Mavericks leading the way. How about that? And then we got the Jazz, another surprise there. But again, shooting guard assists, not as huge as, obviously a point guard assist numbers and all that. But that's what we got for all the numbers and defenses versus the shooting guard. Now let's talk some rebounds. All right, here we go. These are the top 20 rebound chances leaders. Now, yesterday we talked potential assists. This is another metric if you're betting on rebounds. You're expecting a guy to get around 50 to 60% of their rebound chances. So if they're getting under, maybe they're just getting a little unlucky. Maybe they've been getting really lucky and just getting too many rebounds. But Sabonis leading the way, 25.7 rebound chances, turning that into 14 rebounds per game. Duran having a good year as well. Again, he's right there around 50%. Kessler, I don't know why I put him up here, but he's up here. He's out for the year. 21.8, 10.8 rebounds. But then we got Karl Anthony Towns, Hartenstein. As you can see, some of these numbers are a little bit more like Wet Bananas, 19.7, but averaging around 13 rebounds per game. So he's pulling in a good amount of his rebound chances. And then we got Gobert there, only pulling in 9.9 of his 19 rebound chances. But again, this can kind of help you out. Okay, who at least is getting a ton of chances? And then maybe they had a good matchup, and that's kind of a part of your handicap. You start building a bet that way. Giannis over there, you see, obviously just is a very efficient rebounder. He always has, grabbing 12.3 of his 16.7. But as you go down the list, you see Kata for the Celtics just grabbing 7.9. So he's right around 50%, I guess, just a tick under. And then you go all the way down, you see Vucevic, DeAndre Ayton, Klingen, and then Nurkic. Klingen and Nurkic pretty much even numbers there. And then Wendell Carter getting 7.5 rebounds of his 15.7. Not a very great, not very efficient, I guess. That's under 50%. But again, just another piece of info I wanted to help you guys. You can find all this on NBA player stats, and then you search by tracking and then rebounding or tracking and passing. And you can kind of search numbers that way, whether it's last 3 games, season, all that. But that's what we got for the rebound chances and all the research help. Now let's talk some leans. All right, it's a small slate, so only 2 leans right now. Still waiting for some props to come out, but Ja Morant is the first one, under 32.5 PRAs. I don't love the matchup here for the Knicks. Maybe he gets up because it's in Madison Square Garden and all that, but Knicks have been great at limiting points in the paint like they usually do, but struggle defending the perimeter. We talked about it all year last year, talked about it this year. They can struggle if a guy's getting hot and giving them some good looks, leaving guys open. But that means Morant has to knock him down. And he's not out there to just knock down a bunch of threes or anything like that. Can he do it? He's capable of it, but he's under this line overall in 5 of 10 games, averaging 30.9 PRAs per game. And overall, just Knicks have done a decent job, especially limiting points and rebounds to the point guard. Other than Josh Giddey, who tore them up twice, they've done pretty good. And then Morant is a guy who, as you guys know, he'll give up quick if it's falling apart. If this game gets to be a blowout, things aren't going his way. We've seen it multiple times, especially this season. Knicks playing pretty well right now. I could see a blowout potential in this one, which is why I like it. Also could limit his minutes because, the coach does not have any interest in putting a guy as disgruntled as Morant out there when it's a blowout. They just want to sit him. So I like the under here. Second one, Domantas Sabonis over 11.5 rebounds. If I knew he was playing and healthy, this would probably be a best bet. I mean, the only question right now is he's questionable to play with ribs injury. He's right now, as of the night before, game time decision. But this man has dominated the Joker on the last 8 games versus Denver, 15, 17, 13, 10, 14, 19, 12, and 17 rebounds, crushing this line in most games. This season overall, averaging 14 rebounds per game. You saw he's the #1 rebound chances guy, as we just talked about, and he's over this in 6 of 7 games already, averaging an insane 25.7 rebound chances. Great matchup, massive rebounds here. I like him to go over, but this ribs issue is just kind of making me a little hesitant. Maybe he does play, but maybe he's limited. Maybe he takes one shot to the ribs and he's out. I don't know the severity of it. So right now I'm staying off, but obviously if I add it, I'll put it in the pinned comments. So that's what I got for my 2 leans. And now it's time for the best bets. This first one takes us out to Oklahoma City, where the Thunder hosts the Golden State Warriors. Thunder -6.5 total, and this one is 228.5. Now, this was going to be a 1-unit play. I don't know what it is. I just feel like this could potentially be a blowout. I don't love what I've seen from the Warriors this year, even with Steph back. But again, if you think this is going to be a close game, I think this is a 1-unit play. It's a player prop. Give me Jimmy Butler over 26.5 PRAs at -114 on DraftKings. So this number went down too much. Let's face it. He was getting lines the last couple games of 32.5. And, maybe it's because Steph's back, but that doesn't matter too much to me because he's averaging the same 29 PRAs per game with or without Steph. We saw it last year. It did not matter much. So as you can see by this outlier screenshot, over this line in 7 of 10 games this season, averaging 29 PRAs. Have an average game, and we cash this one. But honestly, 29 PRAs is not even actually accurate. He got hurt and played just 14 minutes versus Phoenix and got 8 PRAs. That's dragging that average way down. He only played 26 minutes in another blowout when he went under. So, again, really in games that are competitive, he's playing minutes. He's up into the 30s PRAs per game. When he does play 30-plus minutes, he's over this line in 7 of 8. Some more numbers, averaging 31 minutes per game. Really more if it's not the injury game, but averaging over 12 field goal attempts per game. What I like about him, he's got a nice floor. Obviously, he's a guy who loves to draw fouls, get to the free throw line. He'll make 6-7 free throws a game, and that kind of helps out right there. But averaging exactly 10.6 rebound chances and exactly 10.6 potential assists per game. So again, 21.2 right there, potential RAs. The volume is definitely there. Now, last season in games with Steph Curry, in case you're wondering the impact, he averaged 30 PRAs per game. He was over this line in 23 of 35 games, averaging 10 rebounds and assists per game. So, I don't know. Well, I do know. Other than Steph being back, the other reason this line is lower is because of the matchup. OKC, top 5 defense. I get that. But they're better versus guards than wing-type players. They give up a lot of rebounds to wing players. So I think he could have a decent game there. We've seen some shooting guards, small forward types play well versus OKC this year. The rookie Coward had 27 PRAs. Shaedon Sharpe, 25. Denny Avdia had 45 PRAs versus OKC. DeRozan, 25. Trey Murphy, 26. Koulibaly had 28 PRAs. So, again, I don't think this is a matchup where you just have to stay away just because the Thunder, because of the volume and what we're seeing from Jimmy Butler. Remember also, the number 1 defender, Lou Dort, is out for this game for the Thunder. So, biggest worry why it's not a one unit play, the blowout. Like we talked about, playing in OKC is not tough, is not easy, and Golden State has kind of been hit and miss this year, to be honest with you. But as long as we can get 28 plus minutes out of them, and it's not a massive blowout, I'd like the over here. So give me the Butler over 26.5 PRAs as my first best bet. All right, before we get to that next best bet, it's time for the KALSHI trade of the day. Now, if you guys are not a part of KALSHI, I'm telling you guys, you're missing out. This is awesome. Click the link below to sign up. You get a $20 bonus credit. But you guys, it's like stocks. You can buy and sell contracts, and it's on all different world events. There's nothing like it. You want to bet on the weather one day, the highest temperature, you can do it. You want to bet on politics, movie, video games, whatever it is, it's here. It's awesome. I'm just going to kind of walk you through a small little trade of the day we're going to do here in sports. The Celtics at the Philadelphia 76ers. So you can go into that game, and then you can pick who you think is going to win. They even have spread in total, actually, as you scroll down a little bit more. We're just going to take Philly, the 76ers, 56 cents a contract to just win the game. Now, again, it's not in the video. It almost made it as a lean, but I kind of wanted to just save it for this KALSHI trade of the day. I think they win. They've already played twice, 1-point game, 2-point game, whatever it was. Extremely close games already. Philly at home. We get a rested Embiid playing here. Boston can be really hit or miss. So I just think Philly plays well. I think Maxey has another big game here. So I like Philly to win. We're just going to put a few dollars on it just to kind of give you this little KALSHI trade of the day. I got a lot of money tied up in some futures, like the Colts to win the division and different things here on KALSHI. But that's what we got for the KALSHI trade of the day. Again, the link is below in the description. Now back to the video. All right, this second one takes us out to Madison Square Garden where the Knickerbockers host the Grizzly Bockers. Knicks minus 8.5. Total in this one is 234.5. We're going with the rookie. How about Cedric Coward over 8.5 rebounds plus assists? This is juicy. Minus 135 on FanDuel for a half unit. I only have one option. It's the night before, and it's only up on FanDuel for minus 135. And if you get it at 9.5 at even money, I actually don't mind that either. But let's talk the rookie this year. He has been really good lately, that's for sure. Getting consistent minutes, 28 to 31 minutes in his last 5 games. As you can see by this outlier screenshot, over this line in 5 of his last 6, and over by quite a bit. He has 10-plus RAs in 5 of his last 6. Only miss was right at 8. So obviously a nice floor there. Averaging over 11 RAs per game in the last 6 games. 10-plus rebound chances in 5 of the last 6. 5 potential assists. Now, obviously, rebounds are going to carry the day here in this one, but just need 2, and depending on your line, maybe 3 assists to break even with the rebounds line. He has 4 assists exactly in 3 straight games right now. The really impressive part is when he faced the Houston Rockets, the best rebounding team in the NBA. He had 13 RAs in that game, so you'd love to see that, but the matchup here is against the Knicks. Now, we just talked about with John Morant, potential blowout here, and that's my worry. Obviously, that's why we're sticking with the half unit. There's some games that really worry me about some blowouts, but honestly, it should worry you every day in every matchup, no matter what it is. It's hard to predict, but Knicks have given up the 10th most rebounds to shooting guards, as you guys saw earlier. Average matchup for assists, We saw Tyrese Martin get 10 RAs for Brooklyn. They did hold down Kaishan George and Anthony Edwards also, but I still like my chances here. Just love how he's attacking the glass. Very efficient. Also dishing the ball a little bit more lately as well. So, even in a blowout, I'd like to think they want to get their rookie some minutes, and he still gets in the 25 to 28 minute range, but I like this one. So give me Coward over 8.5 rebounds plus assists. That's my second and final best bet. Still waiting for a lot of props to come out. It's only a 6-game slate, but I'll probably have at least one more added play in the morning. If I do, it'll be in the pinned comments below, website, X, Discord, all that good stuff. So before we get out of here, let's check out that recap. All right, there it is. Jimmy Butler over 26.5 PRAs for a half unit. And then Cedric Coward over 8.5 rebounds plus assists for a half unit. Again, that's juicy if you can only get 9.5. This is my only option right now, but I do like it at 9.5 as well. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I really appreciate the support. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.